What separates the trader that is able to become successful, able to quit their day job and become a full-time trader from the trader that is struggling and cannot make it? So I asked myself this question, and I'm sharing with you the 10 most helpful and best tips that I have learned coaching well over 1,000 traders. And just recently there was another trader in our trading group who was then able to quit their day job and become a full-time day trader. And I asked myself, what did he do differently? And what do all the traders that went through our education and were able to make it, what do they do differently and what do they have in common? So let's get started with tip number 1. First, and maybe one of the most important things, is that you have to accept a low win rate. The big issue that I am seeing with a lot of struggling traders is that they're always expecting their strategy to trade at 80, 85, 90% win rate. And what then happens is that as soon as a losing trade comes around, they are doubting everything, they are losing their mental capital, and then either they are trading recklessly or they're changing their system to something new and they're trying to hunt this holy grail system that never loses. However, in trading, it is so important, and there are not many things that are more important than to realize that nothing works 100%. And the best traders that I have seen that make it are the ones who are able to manage the losses really well. They are not getting emotional when they're taking a loss. They're not letting a loss get out of hand. However, if they take a loss, they understand that's part of the game. It is natural. As long as you can make sure that you have respected your rules, that you did everything well, there's nothing wrong with taking a loss. And then you need to get ready for the next trade, because the next winning trade may be just around the corner. And if you can take the loss well, you don't let it get out of hand, then the winner can take care of the losses and put you in a good spot. And this is very, very important to realize and really fully internalize and accept. Next, you need a time frame that fits you. A lot of traders ask me, hey, what is the best time frame? And the answer inevitably always is that the answer is different for every trader. So when a trader comes to us, we always make sure that they understand that it's not about the time frame. There's no secret time frame. There's no better or worse time frame. It's really about the time frame that is fitting to you personally. First, on a personal level, how much time do you have in a day? Are you very busy? Do you have a day job where you cannot look at your charts? Then probably day trading is not for you. Or maybe you have 1 or 2 days off during the week. Then for those 2 days, you can become a day trader. But on the other times, on the other days, you may have to look at the higher time frames because you just cannot look at the charts during the day. Then next would be also to look at your personal risk profile and your patience level. Are you okay with being patient? Are you okay with waiting for trades for a long time? And then once you're in the trade, you can hold on to your winning trade very effectively. Then a swing trading strategy may be a good idea where patience plays a big role. However, if you are generally not able to hold trades for a long time, you don't like to have open positions during the night or maybe during the weekend, then swing trading may not be the right fit. So you can see that the question for the right time frame goes much deeper, and it's very, very important that you have the time frame that fits you personally. You need to trade to survive. It is very important that in the beginning, you understand that you're not going to make millions of dollars in your first few years, maybe even in your first 5 to 10 years. And in the beginning, I have seen many traders come, then trade very, very aggressively, and then they quit because they lost their emotional capital and their mental capital. So what happens is that you're losing a lot of money, and if you have those crazy, unrealistic expectations and you see that those expectations are not met, then you are getting frustrated and you're easily being demotivated when you see that you're so far away from those crazy goals that you had for yourself. The best traders that I have seen and the traders that have made it, they come into the trading game with realistic expectations. They don't expect to become a billionaire anytime soon. And with that framework and with that mindset, you are able to prioritize the right things. You are not prioritizing making a lot of money, but you are looking at how can you improve the quality of your trading, how can you improve yourself, your routine, your trading mindset, how you can build all those meta skills. And then this will later down the road put you in a much better spot instead of early on chasing returns. Next, manage expectations. That goes hand in hand with what we have said previously. So make sure that your unrealistic expectations don't lead to frustrations, overtrading, and over leveraging. Judge the process. Instead of looking at your trades and asking yourself, did I make money? Yes or no? Look at your trades and ask yourself, did I respect my trading rules? Is the trade in my trading plan? Did I take a good entry? Did I wait for the right conditions? Or did I broke my rules? And looking at your trades in this way will focus on quality over the performance or the outcome. And it's always important to have a process-oriented approach rather than a goal-oriented, because the process is always in your hand, whereas a goal-oriented approach is not in your hand. No matter how much you try, no matter how good you think you are, the outcome is up to the markets and it's out of their hand. But the job of a trader is it to make good trading decisions and then let the market play out. Are you really serious enough about trading? This is a very interesting question to ask yourself. So you probably have a very busy life, you have a job, you have family, you have your kids, you have hobbies, and you have other interests. And then you also have trading. So the time that you're investing in your trading, you're taking away from your family, from other things that you could do instead. So if you are putting in time in your trading, make sure that you're approaching it with the right frame of mind and with the right seriousness. Don't just play around in trading. Don't just try to gamble. Don't waste your time. So stop lying to yourself. Ask yourself, are you really serious about this? Do you put in the time? Are you honest about what you are doing? For example, I've seen many traders lie to themselves about their performance. They look at their performance, and although they have been losing for months and months and months, and they don't have a process, they have no routine, they jump from system to system, they're always just thinking, it's just about the system. I just need to find this perfect system that will just, I click, I turn it on, and it's making me money forever. And this is not how trading works. You need to put time in yourself. Do you have a trading journal? Do you have a trading business plan? Do you prepare your trades? Do you analyze your trades? Do you do performance checks? And this is very important, very, very important to ask yourself to make sure you're not wasting your precious lifetime. Next, don't swing for the fences. Many traders have this idea that in order to trade successfully, they need to have big winning trades. However, what happens is that if you are swinging for the fences, if you are hitting to have those big home run trades, your win rate will suffer quite a bit because the market in general doesn't move a lot in a specific period. So what is happening, those traders who have those systems with big winning trades also have a low win rate. And in my experience, what I have seen in hundreds and hundreds of traders is that this is emotionally very challenging to trade. New traders, struggling traders are much better off having a system where their trades, their winners are moderately small. And this will help you to boost your win rate. And in turn, a higher win rate will help you to trade more easily because you have constant positive feedback. You have winning trade after winning trade. You don't have big losing streaks, and you constantly have a good stream of winning trades. And this is much easier on your emotions. So if you have a trading system, try to go for a smaller reward to risk ratio. Don't swing for the fences because it's just much harder. Demo traders don't lose. Moritz keeps saying that very often in our mentoring group. And of course, there's a place and there's time for demo trading, but demo trading has obviously a lot of limitations, and everything that is hard in trading is excluded in a demo environment. So there's no money on the line. Usually it doesn't matter if you lose or win. You can hit for the big winning trades. Winning streaks, losing streaks are not that big of an issue. So what I've often seen is that traders who spend a long time on a demo account, they are learning and they are instilling bad trading habits in them. And those are then often translated into the real trading environment. So a trader who has been on demo for a long time, has bad trading habits, is more likely to also repeat that in a live account. This is a very important shift on your perspective always ask yourself or always tell yourself, one trade doesn't mean anything. So if you plan to become a full-time trader and to do this for the next 10, 20, 30 years, you are going to take thousands and thousands of trades. And a problem that many amateur traders have is that they let losses get out of hand. They put too much focus on the moment. They have a losing trade and they try to avoid the loss no matter what. So what they do is that they widen their stop loss, they revenge trade, and then this single loss, which in the big grand scheme of things means nothing. It should not even register on your radar. However, if you let it get out of hand, this small loss becomes a huge loss, and it then can take weeks or days to recover from it. And also it's eating up your mental capital. It's always important to understand and to tell yourself, one trade doesn't mean anything. So if there's a loss, take the loss, forget about it, and understand that next year there are going to be hundreds and hundreds of new trades. Play the long game. This ties in what I've said previously, but slow and steady always wins the race. I have seen it in trading, in business, and in everything else, whether it comes to diet. If you approach it with a mindset of making 1% improvement week after week after week, over the long term, you are going to see massive shifts and massive changes. And it's more sustainable. A trader or whatever you do, if you're aiming for small incremental improvements week after week, you're more likely to stick to it instead of trying to make everything work at once and you're overwhelming yourself. You need to put in too much time in too short amount of time. And this is not sustainable. And then maybe you can hold up this pace for months, maybe 2, maybe 3 months, but there will come this point where you blow up, where you're maybe losing the passion, the motivation, and that is putting you behind. So slow and steady always wins. And consistency is everything. This ties in with everything that I've said previously. Consistency is really everything. Consistency in your performance comes from consistency in your approach. So make sure that you have a good approach, you have a trading journal, you have everything in place, you have your trading rules, your trading business plan, and you know what to look for, and then just rinse it out. Keep repeating it day after day, week after week. Don't make big changes. Again, slow and steady wins the race. Put in the time, a little bit every time, a little bit of time every day, and then you will see in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, when you look back and you recognize how far you have come, this is going to be a very, very impactful moment, because you will realize it's not about today, it's not about tomorrow, it's about the long term. And as long as I can make small improvements in my daily habits, that is going to add up over the long term.